Ndo kama location za watu jambo ningarubura yini.
Sindikale mara ndo paka ndafala nompaka sa basi ya.
Mara naso ngopaka niko bala location. Naso ngopaka niko bala location. Bene ndiko nome. Ndo ndibusora akapu yanga guy not ndiko busora ndiko nomini literally.
Na vixi. Kamera ko libona
Ndo barua.
Shem.
Achingatakala. Hata da comment ya achingatakala. Indo rentu tukunivula mosha.
No black taxi tea badeli. Mara. Arali ndi chikudipfa uri ndiko todo vafata Christmas kana mata Christmas. Ndiaba zama ba baby. Ai ndasikore.
Ndakomlori bathu bamantu. Wadzi homosexual vari mini. Vari father Christmas kana mother Christmas. Singava weird. Maginya rado gumar ko ya jeli apa komlori ni tentu. Maginya ni onine. Keso arpa jeli. Arpa jeli. Ngonoto donchuisa fa inidi?
Ula.
Wewe ningolenga ngazo.
Itinde ndikubva mushimoni.
Then unono ushimana inene.
Tindindirani. Ndindirani.
Udura gani ndanda mbona?
Umdini wanga. Inyongo da mdini wanga.
Panso ngotaka inidi. Ndi wangu.
Mara mdini wanga.
Tineti mngana wano.
Mdini wanga ana.
Zokakea.
Itwe chitratani yazo.
Azamura wanga do Mario. Anga Mario.
Wakamaliwa chitratani nge. Unyongo kana mdini wako tiawe amashamba kani?
Maemo. Fichi tarata simaemo.
Yeso mdini wanga.
Ndide. Umtu ronolwesa bathu vangase varumbulera. Na wapinde kuchita ti bathu vangase kupinde kuchita nomtu.
Mara usi ni mdini wanga.
Netio.
Arikuita na intro.
Tazo ndo ngofunga bewe ndi awo fama. Netio pichitwa. Soft ndiko je nange. Ama remain. Ndo tomata kaka chifani ti. And then I thought okwatira zone. And then actually arembekela ntu umtu nono mprepare mara arambe aritumenga mara
before hidapano
before achijena ka social media ene munhu umtu oya prepare of social media ziya I feel like she's too soft for social media.
But I don't think anybody ever gets a crash course ya prepare or social media ujinswa na rino soko mangala ringa ngo.
But then at least she has you on her side.
Nati jeni ndo ya watu wa social media.
Or drag on one.
Ayete no bina bona nende chiko entertain.
At least.
Nati it yes. I can back her up.
Chari did the maka podcast ya ash. Ready chia chate. Get just because to bona ruti.
Rutani kwa ngoto sumbedzora hela. Ndiba mdini wa the podcast.
Lari acha zoruka mamtu. But then anyway, sorry man. Ucho kwata. Udoita vinori kwaturu.
Tell the people my name.
Ufiruta endo penyo ti. I thought the girl anyone the when mngano wawe that's she
called. Ulamsidana. Uya mubidza penyo. Romto dela dzina naye.
But then your sister was shining, man. That's what I said.
Arikwana.
That's what ndori mean. Ndori echi chimwana chikomba the fact. Funny enough what Venda they always do this. You're going to compliment them all you want, ti? Namba chicha wrong. Now they get you all wrong. Or umtu or drag. I was like, one kamba zwa facts. She's defining content creation, celebs, influencers. And then I was like, Morocco paying.
So you started the fire. And then was tomorrow. Now the other lady must catch smoke.
Nah, she's the one who said to be paying you. Hey, I took
so marazuna asongoto papa tu madzina ato uko penya rikotenda yes.
Afunguze mara vasilila naye. Namsushapo.
Yeah.
It's probably
maybe le do over to a filter. Do le filter na yenya kuchita.
Actually it was not me.
How's the filter?
No, dina oil skin and I was sweating.
Rakoro zujulukira na content yona kuigudisa Venda basi ako agudisa nga
content. And I thought why in Venda. Wait. To buy in Venda, right? Then apo kuita mean harm.
Chikolo chingovara matina.
Chamwe neri dombona chovara pedi.
Podcast idopera zvino.
Why?
Aringandani.
Why? Okay. Ngama say I was interviewing this other guy. Niko mbuzo roke kala dia ndo wudi na mini rojana ne keva rothe na mini. I used to see her akwata. Now I'm telling you, okay, my at least make a sense. Or okay, we with the now it's a sister. You should understand this thing.
They understand. I mean,
Umwana
kajene chikolo apedza chikolo.
Udochipedzana.
Uri ai, nyongo distractor. Yoni ya distractor.
I'm too busy man to be distracting a girl.
Udova kurira. Niko vana uri kuita mini zvinoka TikTok. Utobara unfortunately by the time this airs it won't make sense anymore.
It
Mara
will.
nozvova noro kuita mini ka TikTok. Vatu vakogowa kakamera vakogo vakurira vakosuku. Ukogowiwa chadzima.
But then wait a minute wang. Oh untesa. Ndandokubuza ndarango dowela ti. Unyotobva Cameroon. Off the was Oh, was mkhothi. Oh, ningamkhatheni.
Hayi nondi ankhathi awukhathi uchithwa.
What wafunga le SABC yapho?
Apha se-SABC.
SBS man. Yeah, but then anyways guys, thank you for wait nakadema ngompakala mratu kana religion.
Hayi zamuratu ka roi manyama.
Okay, it's fine. Anyways guys, coming at you live from Panda Studios and 38 Mille Street. Whenever it has a podcast. One knows that's all. The last time I did this that's all. Actually, it's always but whenever it has a broadcasting also. Because I think Miss P did this. And then who else? Kerofomanyake is not a podcaster, but he did this also. Like you come just going to say that's like
This is the guy.
I don't know, man. Look elsewhere.
Okay,
Says the name Ratwan.
okay.
Yeah, as I still say, we're coming at you live from Panda Studios, guys. Whenever it was podcasting, live video, streaming, video. I have a video, Panda, feeling on a link. Just know they are there. They can always assist you with a high quality service in your tech. And then if you want to contact them for heads of service, it's 010-023-2939 or info@pandastudios.com. And then this episode is proudly brought to you by MR21 Funerals and Insurance. For now, wako figure Tando Chikudini opposite Arikotso Hepis Kawash Complex. Yeah, don't know. So if you want to contact them also for any of these things, near Rambo, right as Funerals Insurance, 015-151-0251 or 0252. Yeah.
So zvinoka ya sponsorship netimwateliwe vonyana hafu.
You want to
I know I don't have sponsorships.
Really?
No, I don't.
Nah, you probably denying them because we're going to pay the talk.
Ish.
Don't you deny though?
Hey. No, I used to do sponsorships, and I can still do them now in the future. But for now, ndichendoi manyana because hey.
Why though?
Remember content ya shooting? Ndi evergreen. Meaning ori any time of the day, any time of the year, of the century, it's going to be relevant. Because matadati na bibili amba ori there's nothing new under the sun. So meaning ori yezo the advert zido the dzura dziane pona 10 years from now mutu akonyo kubona episode ine yakwamba ngauri mutu ogwirwa chikuchira. You know, and all of that stuff. So his relationship is on it becomes a problem. But yeah, because it's evergreen, I need to be very sure or whatever the sponsorship is not going to add up a lie. Zidoba relevant even 10 years, 20 years from now.
Yeah, but then funeral is always relevant.
Yeah,
because I'm sure no kwamba to namto fao. Richipedza ngawuri fato nsuka 200.
Yeah. Yeyo ndingaita. Mara aba ndomsondela red card and then aba forwarded.
Ho. Wala ndoko bade wono dangi. But vonongo bade bako bade wono dangi kana any just like and kunyaka sponsorship cha funeral. Kai kazi funeral.
No, the sponsorship in India padelisa. Nani ita the the brand.
Both guys.
Hey. It depends. What can you afford?
Wait, Mara, is that good? Because I always feel like not whenever the kind of okay, this is a bigger brand, charge them so much. This is a smaller brand, charge them this much. Now I always feel like I should be consistent, even if it's affording the round. And then if you have a lot, at least this is a bargain for you. Don't you feel like it should be that way?
Okay, ndina rate card. Rate card yanga value yanga. So una musindichikoita tindaita nezvila zvodita but motivational speaker and stuff nazvezvi zvaushumana dzibrand like recently ndandika branding ndandikoshumana Nedbank campaigning nyana mwe so
zvamnati Nedbank futhi
andikari apo ndikoshuma navo for the longest time so musi ndichikoshuma na vatu vane vavori maybe let's say ndiko amba ka event ya let's say it's a ifimini yeah zwa mishumoni it's
the corporate
job when it's a corporate job rate card I negotiate with when it's brands like Bonnet Bank ndikoshuma nabo Vodacom ndikoshuma nabo I negotiate with price because first study. So but then now when I have to work with you maybe let's say kwenye ngombidzo ndi the event ni yawone ndikozvona zvori shemu
achina chitu chigwena
chikozokotoma pasi ndinjaveni ti ndiyasoko
I hope that's not what you're saying about me.
no I'm
just making sure, eh?
Okay, so okay, NRI does something. Nimupe yo raro rate card yanga isongo negotiate.
No, you can give me a discount, Mara. In your head, don't say in Chabe no lamtuka.
Ndisoko riminiso.
Sokora, shina chere Mara shito the visa.
Ione ichemuyani.
I stole the visa. I stole the visa.
Alright, shito the visa understand.
Yeah.
So ara uri ndiko negotiate na vatu so vaneva vori I can see they're still starting off. Ndiya pesa yesa wadiva. Utobora unfortunately mahara muliro ni ndingasiye. Mara ndiya regulator price based on who is the client.
Okay, then also guys, officially Rotoma Women's Month edition in year 2025. So be on the lookout. Doko dani after and this a quality cover for makazi I don't play. You are quality, man. Then go renga out and wait, is the red card out there cover to vane vangai share?
So
how do you ensure it's not out there?
No, people can share it because una bathu vanenge ndono bashirera you on a red card. But preferably, especially kabatu vane vandiva because ndiyazvidiva na zvori vangato do uishare na ka social media. I've seen people vane red card dzavo dzione ka social media. But now also the thing is I'm not apologetic about the price which is on my red card ire ka social media. Arali if anybody puts it out there.
Yeah.
But vane vakungitera because ndina vatu vane ndashuma navo ti vane vangaendlela dzi admin, PR and all that stuff. So musi vachisendera mutu rate card vatoma vamuudzisa what is the nature of the event and do you have a specific budget? Arali vangari rinayo budget maybe let's say ringakumupa ku 30. So
I was almost at 70.
Yeah, no. I'm saying somebody anabori ukodito dilingedzera apo. Ti
30 ndolingedza ka.
And ndikoto for example.
Akoseza zizi rukwamba ngwana mara it's fine
aridomudilana yapo
ari muliche future wife
no ringazienda ne podcast isvinge heli kahle
rano that 20 minutes after at least to atwe wondoita something rongo to elio mtu yeah
okay so abena kurmin
30,000 if mtu wako nyago negotiate budget yanga ndi
30 and then yeah no it's fine then I can say ara ndikuzvibona zvora no uko dito ringedziwa vokotomiwa then I can take it mara arali uri order value of our budget I know ndiyamupa rate card and then I won't feel like because in a big deal ndikoti uiengedza rate card dzodzura yo raro uzwana and also another thing wabona musiri ko deal na dzi campaign dzedzi ti rivachaja ngori video nti ya 1 minute ya ka TikTok ya ka Facebook and all that stuff then that's how much I'll charge you for that one video ara ndikotiwa vaitera continuously ara contract 3 months 6 months then I will charge you per month ngoraro na usage fee ara vakonya kuposta ka pages avo and all of that stuff so it's a lot of things mara I know ndiyabuya I can come down ndurunda to wara sokompana ku 5 ivo ko to at least ndichere petrol ukuvona kula gulu kwanga kutuva lesa mapfura mara
ngigulu kula kutu
ari to number pfuka hapo ari panda next question
okay. yeah artenda odanga kugulu yo mtu
next one
yeah so also so ndachizumbulo nabe ndichi mtu achori kombela bona red card yanga ati ndiyamsenda matatomo opore ndikodotuma ibona ka Facebook ndiko drag of wadura mini because yeah nindi adura I'm not gonna lie to you I feel like adura
ugaiso
maybe mom today post almodo you can ask me for a thing for a red card they send like
a service deso MC
no not podcast inji if you say come to my gig I want you to come and do this and this corporate all those things right and wangwa nyango it advert also such things I don't play maybe come to nails on this nazinto advertisements
you know your web but you are having a what because you know your web
yeah so this whole thing of yours never come red card I mean it's probably here because you have a YouTube channel it's a big brand you have social media like your TikToks I mean so when does the love for content creation actually starts for you?
My love for content creation I think yotoma kare murawangi nendi mtu onotofunesa badi camera na zvinepe na mina zvote for the longest time like literally
it's a family thing
artume and ukototoda
okay ene unyotwa rine rishume
mwana ko mind a business yao dzidzurera khona ene ndena komthoma
lose focus
okay akado focus
ndela zvine afi vathu vasinga dhavambara zvikete dzikerekeni vathu valuza focus
odoita ngori angodholesa na vaseline nari last time oidholesa
okay ndiye asine zvinhu ari dishumele zvavo
so for that what they were every day ndidzora ndikowana what the Facebook inayo zviḽa zva memories
oh yeah
I get a memory almost every day because ndikare ndikopost ever since 2009 ndichitova na Facebook I've been posting so but from there I've got a talent ya urunga I'm a fashion designer also so I've been posting my page is social media fashion design it's been doing well way before the brand Madam Speaker was even created so but then from fashion musi ndika TikTok I think around zvezvilanga lockdown ndirikodhiborechera ndiyafuna but nobika ndiri zvabudobudi ndisikofuna zvinhu zvava na camera ngangomu ndichikobika ndichikoposta ndichikorunga ndichikoposta until now zvorunga zvinopungudza but I'm still doing it ndirongera vari na cherede vari serious feds I'm still doing that but now zvombodhinamba zvapfuruwa from that and then the focus has just been about the interest of the mind you know so
yeah. And then Facebook and all these things and then havana YouTube you're like YouTube is a big thing in this hour to Facebook your team monetizers apparently
last
year so you're monetized also
no I've been monetized since last year utovori neti tu rasanga mandaka vatu vasongodo yo Venda vadongeneresa
vasongodo cherede what I mean
sorry
no you can continue but and I want to have Venda you know that so don't be scared man just say whatever
dongenera tindiyavadiva that's why ndisafuni wamba ngachivenda kadzi video dzanga
zvamungomuri ari kune chivhaya chikuru hai oni dots vosokoja ati kasiyamuimereraori
patikodo cropiwa out aveiwa yone kapromori but vanithuve ndeve dzothe
we're not going to do that avapfa chikuwa
no mara on a serious note hey wavona musi ndichibva this thing the Facebook and whatever ndichisara ndichiyaka YouTube the monetization part of it ya Facebook because I've been fortunate enough to have this access the content creator programs I'm in some groups that the SA content creators and all that stuff so you have easy access to these social media companies you have easy access to Meta you have easy access to TikTok you have easy access to YouTube itself so through those programs that's when I learned there's monetization in Facebook last year then I became part I signed up for it and then I've been earning since last year so no offense to those bane babori bakuposta but this screenshot ndione bakufind out azvinora una cherede but ndikare hone but for me aitu bavo it's not maybe it's because ndiko earner in other platforms so and Facebook is my least earning platform but
why are you earning the most
I'm earning the most on YouTube and I don't know what brand
or any not by YouTube with the earbud you're talking about yourself
so because the social media I'm earning the most on YouTube and
of course
ati ndibundidori the brands because working with brands sometimes they pick you up from YouTube sometimes they pick you up from TikTok the campaign so first is YouTube second is the campaign and then TikTok falls under the campaigning or it is South Africa is the stories
it's not monetized
then Facebook is the list
apparently anacherede zvakoma because ndona that guy ndiwo mwanera post this at the time where na vatu vakorera izvo zvi million views nikuwana 10 rand I was like what
you know what is the issue T remember even if the views zinji but watch time hours was one so far nezva zvaka YouTube zori remember YouTube people watch your videos for longer which is why one view ya YouTube it can actually make you more money compared to one view ya Facebook because it depends on what you are posting on Facebook wabona vala vatu weta ziskits va Nigeria na gai twa stories na rasoko mangara what press play you will not stop until it finishes they're longer those are making proper money because their videos are long so for someone like me ndishumiso posta these short videos the promo the YouTube
just like me
yes and also my thoughts because I'm always pulling out a phone in my car and I so record whatever and I post so those are short videos I cannot really make decent Bingo. I'm trying to pick my words.
Nah, it's okay, man. Just say, why about you going to why you go to when you mange
Chuwa,
social
man.
media? Can you have no chuwa? Not long around the social media.
Not my entire family catching stray bullets.
You see? Now be free. Now be free like me.
I know be free. Nah. How can I not be free, Batu?
No, but it seems like you're scared of these Venda people.
No, but Venda, why? Ish.
Do you know, they've dragged a lot of people. Mara, now they're done.
No, they're not even what they're doing to her is nothing.
So even
Let me tell you what my issue is, T. This is seriously, even when I told my older sister, na you are trend about the socials and Facebook.
You have an older sister?
Yeah.
I thought you were the
Rita
eldest.
the blogger. You don't know Rita the blogger? Hello,
As
guys.
How got it?
In the Tanje.
Oh.
So, when I told her, well, this is what I'm going to say, she's like, oh my gosh, they're going to have you for breakfast. And plus, any ango doera, udregi wanga Venda, like, it's go domu bira msidza, you know? Because I was saying to her, Uri, habe a channel, what's the age limit here?
Abba.
It
depends on what you want to say. Then I have to lie.
Ish, what I have to say is not nice.
Nah, ndi aba tu baulwane. Unyaga chimona tu bapien.
Baulwane.
Yeah, we want 25 to 45 then plus. So
na
it's
wenu
fine.
ne utioba. Nguruna buma 20.
Nah, it's fine. No, you can be ready. Ukute wako nguda to you.
My sister, don't fall for it. He's not your type. Look at him. Una gap, no one a gap.
Do you know what a gap means? You should go find out. Trust me.
I type Yahweh.
Oh,
no, not type boy.
Oleni watu wanakontoda.
I type Yahweh shem. Yeah.
It's fine. Those born. Give me 3 months. Till no ati
Arumbe,
Venda. Ndichi we Venda nga December.
Ngabugaya.
Ndova chifa wonoka Paul. Ndova chifa wonoka Paul ngwa nga December.
Ayezo ndingamu disown.
It's fine. Do mungu take care of.
So kuma.
Do take care. Azongo choose nga family ya wenu. Family ya rata. Yeah,
ne.
And ready.
Okay, no problem. It's fine. If you do netulusa ro
When dinner, ndikunyaka mtu no than dinner. Yeah, you still say it's fine. Yeah, you will say.
Ndangori
Makamanga hola ni mungu Rita.
I know ndori ndimkomana wanga. So she was telling me about uri Venda because atungo ba doerai. They can come for me for what I want to say. Uri that this is one of the reasons. It's not the main reason, but it's one of the reasons why bachindemera.
Oh.
First of all, chivenda changa chingukuna. Compared to chamkomana wanga, Rita the blogger. Now we cause amanyana these days ampira nga chivenda. Reason being riva mashamba. Amashamba na ashura machigubu. Wachidwa chigubu. Giri. Chilo ampura chilo so. Ampesa. Riva mashamba udara magubu, udara machangani, matsonga and all that stuff. So chivenda chacha chingotokuna zvavudu. So what is making theirs to be urichikune? Nduri patudzurera Venda ngi. So if you can check most of the times I don't know vaka English udungwane kudembera buzvipedi zvezvi some other languages because ndidzura namapedi, which makes sense why havala chavo chivenda chokunesa, but also because I've never been used atongo dowera community ya Venda ngoraro ndi feel like I'm an outsider but yes like ndisokofila ngora ati belong so ndisokofila ngari because ndodzura sanga manda na vapedi maybe they belong there even when I speak they hear me, they understand me. So here's the thing chine chabore this is the one that kubusanga age limit. Yeah. A simple thing. Ararich could disagree on something. We're having an argument about something that is trending on social media. Venda. Would your viewer ararich agree? Tiri ngachikuwa we can agree to disagree. Ngach Venda or agree to disagree. Nditio mbuzanga ori niko pa ndo bina bona comment ivla stungondi na trauma na namsi.
You mean?
Hey, happy. Yezo zinawa kwamba chambura vakapost yanyi
awona tu baulwane ari
patu baulwane hafi yezo zvinena kwamba nidobudza miyanu nidobudza miyanu vane vari ezvi vachikobhika mileve yovhera ndapenti vaikuedzedzanga rufu
I think we just hear this part.
So point aiko todo ujiyo raro ngachikuwa the effort you're ndiri you will tell your mother whose clitoris is outside of the panty. When she is cooking, she's using a wooden spoon to push it back. No, I won't know your argument here. So, I don't disagree. So, community.
Uvive wenito hana, uri nachukua chia semana mara, chiwa chukuna kisiwa enda
Mara,
nitendi.
chichi semana chikuwati. Chiwa chuko semana ngori kwa semana. Ndindwani. Usi niri chiko disagree. Ara ndichiko, ndisako agree na point ya view. Because no namba na mboza nga rufona zin na mileve na mini. Artendo rarukwandana. Wampesa. So nendi na madaba disarmed ngori. Nendi afuna bad is the point. Nendi afuna bad if we are having a debate. I once hosted this guy in the Mufunzi who is a Pamish pastor, according to me. So we had a proper debate. That was, I think, episode 2 of my podcast, Bishop Mului. Or this other program, you Manyonyova, whatever. So
you had to have an argument there.
So,
Mului on Bishop of
So Bishop Mului, most rich would disagree for a very long time, you know. But never, not even once, was there a point where we felt like Rikotio insulted. And Marabone, he was really gaslighting and all that stuff. But there was never a time where even though we are not agreeing. We had to, at the end of the podcast, say, let's agree to disagree. I was in Venda. On a card typing, keyboard.
Blue.
So on the number, and that's why never mean did you feel or mean.
Yeah.
I need the Tavana Pelera because then the one could danga points and Kodanga Tampa, and a danga point, and a danga tampa.
And I still had comment. None of this one in a fact. Not just on Dianga Tamba.
Dianga Tamba.
Charm. Chalum, but him to a crema tamba, didn't him to a kereke. I think the better than ever. Yeah, so I'm from Gumut.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Yeah, no,
plus, right. But
yeah, and then you made your name for yourself, man, Madam Speaker. Like it's a big brand, we know it everywhere. So let's not love Vagalo to a point net of Ozoria.
Hey, yeah, I think even when I started joining TikTok, joining TikTok Ngalo, Madam Speaker, I think from 2018 there, because I've always been a loud mouth. So mshumuni yangi nenda bwandi chisoko pandanya naona
lipalale
ai
guy
mshumuni wanga eno panga nyu ndidzura lipalale
no hamba nina ini moshi
tichedzura ndi mabrazil nangi ngonopfuwa zvino ndo wamzana wamakwana
nifano oh that's why you always in Pretoria lately
he was in Pretoria eno konyo ngotombulaisa why don't you podcast yanga dangerous but
no nikamba studio chi Pretoria
chi ntuni
ndino konyo ngotibulaisa masiku nendo za
mara ti studio at least namse record yambo we are recording at number 7 Cedric Road in Sandovale
Venda was the Cedric Road Venda is go fit rema kwani
atikwa hana ndikotwambela uri ngori rondo vavatu va dangerous but times 1 million I can't disclose the exact location of where I stay and where I work. Maratijava mutu wa mabrasi angele palale. So, and about the pandiko so you want to na code name. Ongoro ambesa. Ononi watata badi. Utoba Madam Speaker. Yeah. No code name Madam Speaker. I'm like, I actually like the sound of this, you know. And also, I grew up hating nicknames. I hate nicknames. And it's a family thing, by the way.
Yeah,
you know, it's a family thing.
That I know very well.
There's actually Musarin Dilani Dapan, we're talking, me and her, about shared experiences. It's based on where we grew up because we grew up in the same household. So we have similar characters. I think some of these things, these characters that she's about to, it's not because maybe related. Nangwengebe maybe kofir is the stepchildren, but the fact that we grew up under the same roof, we will have similar traits and similar ways of doing things because of how we were raised. So the nickname, even my dad, abafuni nickname, abafunu rini wangwana zina and all those things. So it's always been a personal thing when people would give you a nickname. So
makes sense, yeah.
You get. So with me, it got to a point where when I heard about it, she's minding a business.
No, achoka yene.
No,
I'm just trying to imagine your dad.
Do you understand namulatela wanga? Wa professor uti namulatela wanga?
I'm trying to South Africa.
You are very close to my mulatela.
Zori ba shumati, mapolisa ndozibona ngaini. I'm training them bonani.
No man, I'm joking.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
I'm not even physical.
That's going over Jere.
No. Besides that, I'm not a physical person.
I don't get rangi.
Ubi wa Gary.
That is all.
Ubi ba Jensa roll on.
Oh, okay. I didn't know about that.
I heard.
Okay.
Yeah, so
we're not going to be 18 years, right?
Yeah, you must put 18.
This is getting too much. Yeah.
So I've been calling the name.
Yeah, the
so when
name.
I heard about it, I'm like, actually, are they lying though? With me.
Oh, yeah.
They're not. I talk a lot,
Yeah.
and I might as well take it and make it a name. So I thought I was playing, because remember when I adopted it, TikTok or the brand itself, I didn't know Uri today would be having Madam Speaker Foundation, So I took it and I used it on my social media platforms now. That over Madam Speaker. I reach about TikTok. I record as a transactions of fashion. It's blowing up. Then the name stuck.
Yeah, I feel like it's a good thing, man. A nickname and so those people don't even know about when you build that.
They didn't know. And I don't even, the funny part is that I don't even remember those people.
Oh.
Or who they are.
Makes sense though. Matao Susan and Tasfuni before.
Yes.
Yeah, and then now you got like 100K. Venda, I don't think when I'm trying to.
TikTok.
On YouTube.
Oh, on YouTube.
You're like on over 150K. That's a lot.
On YouTube.
Do you even check those things?
Yeah, I'm on 159 now. Today. What the YouTube yangati? I think within a month of me being on YouTube, I think 3 weeks, I was on 15K subscribers. Because these people were coming from TikTok, and people were demanding that I open a YouTube channel. Because I used to.
So it came from them.
Yes. They wanted it. Because ndani chite sangamanda the live is but I share a story and all that stuff. So remember TikTok, I say the live. So I would download those stories and post them on TikTok, on YouTube, so that those who miss the lives can go and watch them.
Yeah.
Within a month, 15K service.
And then Jiggy, now you're on like 159, like you said.
Yeah.
How does it matter to you? Tofazori, I'm this big. YouTube is not easy, man. In South Africa, even.
What they were, not more respect to YouTube, only after I started seeing myself trending on blogs, on YouTube. Because to me, because I think I have an element of being nonchalant. I'm not one person. Do you know who I am? I'm not that type of a person. So I prefer it that way. So that no matter how much God elevates me, I should always remain grounded. This is me. So when I saw myself trending on the blogs, and there's so many, like literally I'm just minding my business going on YouTube. Because when Madam Speaker said, she commented. So literally the stories, that's a commenter. This is what Madam Speaker said.
If they even talk about your comments.
Yes. This is what she said about McG and Minute Lamini. You get what I mean? I'm seeing such things.
What did you say about those ones?
I said that I'm happy for her. She's standing up for herself. Yeah. That's what I said. But it was a long live, where people were coming in. Because I do live podcasting also, So people were coming in sharing their different opinions and all that stuff, to say there's so many things that McG has said. Sometimes you can feel like it's personal and all that stuff. So my opinion was all over the place because I was just responding to what people said. But when I saw all the such things, but was trendy and all that stuff, that for me was like, okay, really, I have arrived. I need to start taking myself seriously and being very careful. But also, I started taking myself, this is the funny part, I started taking myself seriously on YouTube after, when I was 6 months in on YouTube, I got selected as one of the candidates for YouTube Black Voices.
Oh, you did YouTube Black also?
Bro, I didn't even know what it was. So, ndandina 6 months in YouTube when I got selected for the last intake. And then when I got the congratulations email, I had to Google, what is YouTube Black? And then the first person that I found video ya Hungani Njovu, the one who's trending now together with his now ex-wife.
Yeah.
I saw his video. I read about it. They're like, no, YouTube is funding black content creators after the whole Black Lives Matter movement. They're gonna give me what? Money.
They gave you what?
Bro, money.
How much did they give you?
I'm not I signed an NDA.
But there was an NDA thing.
Yeah, but it's
Maginyene kono bipa.
I'm going to rob ne. Oh, I'm going to podcast ne.
Mari don't rob anyone. Remember those people already ba.
No, come on. I'm going to go and the brothers to snitch over all our do bipa si bipe.
Rasa bipa TV can just take us to court.
I won't. I
I
didn't even sign any form here. I just walked in and sat down. No, but it was proper money. And when I talk proper money, I'm saying the other side of 500,000. Yeah, the other side of 500,000.
It's a lot.
Yes, so I didn't even know. Remember Ndikobva?
So they just gave it to you out of nowhere.
No, the thing is, the YouTube Black thing,
They select.
they select. So it's 6 countries in the whole globe. So from these 6 countries, they select at least maybe 10 content creators per country out of the 6 countries. And then the program itself, it's a 1-year program. So they're training you, they are bridging the gaps between black and white content creators so that they give us a base, they're giving us a kick. So the money that they're giving us is so that you can start off. If you want to buy equipment and do your thing, you can. Even which is what some of us did because I ran out to life. You know, I had to start afresh. So I had nothing, you know.
Yeah.
With other people, it helped them to build their empire, content creation. But either way, it's just so that it can boost you, so that it paves your way for the content creation. Which then, for people like me, it seems like it was an investment because look at what I'm working for YouTube because I'm creating content for YouTube. And I've been consistent since. Yeah, so hey, wait, before over what?
Over 500,000.
Yeah. So wait, end of about the details that the digits that the
I should know round about the guys.
hey, avala vatu vadiva ungavotobhikirwa tshelede vanhuiswa yone nga yatobva khazvo. So ndakonodiva vo hungani and all of that stuff, right? So this one time ndasatudowera, remember uri I'm a global content creator now.
Yeah.
Ndombodipostera vana nga vachikoloni day 1 from school. First day at school ukosokobvera na what layer school ngamrau.
Yeah.
Namini, so Ungani slides in my DM because he knows me from YouTube, you know. He's like, listen, now you're associating with a global brand. You know, you are part of this, so anything can be used. So you need to be careful because sometimes they may not come for you because of who you are, but because of who you associate with. So you need to be careful about certain things. So that's when, only then, I started taking myself seriously as a brand in terms of me just protecting my safety
and to protect everyone around
you.
and
protect everyone around me. But try by all means to still live a normal life. But life is not normal anymore.
Yeah, I get it, man. This is life. It all happens.
Yeah.
We get through it.
Who got advice on that?
I want to go.
I had to go.
I don't think they go. Why?
Is it?
I'm just living life.
No. The advice is you can save it. We no longer need it.
You don't need it.
No.
So you've seen everything in life. You're like, I'm trying to advise us.
Nah, not really. You know, I don't think I can say I've seen it all so much that nobody can advise me anything. I believe you can never say you have arrived, and there's always something you can learn from anyone and everyone. And also, if you check the type of people that I host on, obviously, there's the worry. Also, I checking a podcast.
No, it's Vakabatu also. Remember, also with the blackout, I don't think you're not one to people are gonna come because of you. People are gonna come because of this one.
Such
things.
Okay, no, I get you.
Because also the kid to me. Thumbnail here was okay. Thumbnail. Why kodira rajena?
Yeah.
Such things.
So, but then now what I'm saying is that
but no subscribe or subscribe. Hi.
No subscriber. No subscriber kadesa.
Zwakale na mini
subscribe or vatu ani mbidzi bonda danda nanera dzura ka black couch liko sokobona kobidzwa vatu.
Funny enough, I called you. Was it last year? Yes, it was.
After I interviewed Rupomanyaka, I think you got my number from him.
No.
Oh, okay.
Muenda wa number phone zawe on it. Nando
What's one again?
No, I'm not gonna. You think?
I won't do anything to them.
Yeah, it's fine. Don't do anything to them.
What's one
yeah, that's one called Wami.
Oh, go to young. You're some Wami.
And say more Wami. Don't worry, Wami. Yeah, Madam Trump power. No. So I was like, good things. Don't struggle with getting your personal number because the personal number. I'm like, hey man, they know you are basically palale.
Oh, my
your PA.
PR last year.
Yeah, oh, PR.
Reshuffler.
So chincha. Ngorula and Ostraga Limpopo.
Aye, reshuffler.
Why?
Oh, reshuffle your life it. Oh. No, she found other opportunities.
Oh, yeah. So she kept on saying, I'll let you know if ever there's something, if she can come there. Say, Madam Pronos go Pumura. I'm like, hey, she's not strong. And
when you go, I'm just curious.
Nah, I mean.
I won't do anything to that person anyway.
Don't know why, Miti.
I'm with the my.
Go Wami.
ndesi mutechito mutu
Okay, ngaropa manyaka.
No, there isn't. Listen, the only reason why ndikomususpect aropwa ndinonofuna ndizophakira vathu nomboro dzanga zongombudzo sokori nido soko vapindura zvine nafuna nendo vane nomboro
And then wapakira dzawe ma hala ndava because this other time ndomusendera mumwe message ndaro muti uri kotoda ini kan amba zvinyi ndara sinerope ari vafei ndidobva vachifutsaina message okay.
So that's why ndikosuspect because ola vapakira so yepesio
yeah, so that's what happened also. Ndozama ngandira dzoti you should have joined the thing, the Women's Monday last year.
Yeah, ndozvivona vatu vachiko una mumwe hey.
Mumwe tomi.
Yeah, no, mara it's fine. Ndoda namusi ti Women's Monday 2025.
Oivhura 2025.
Welcome.
It's a good year. Rari kuti maranira zvivhura zvabudzi
bad.
Yeah, so such things. And then you started safe space safe space chats. Like you spoke about how you used to do lives, but share a story. But then now you have this big platform in here. Like people come and sit. You have a setup, and I mean, like what was the whole motive behind that one? Because you share a story, I can say dangerous at some point.
Yeah, they are.
So like
especially when we're dealing with things like your kidnapping Zavana, there's a big syndicate. People threaten us. Hey, listen,
they called you also.
They do that. Now phone tindo interview. Now bamba
no kambori vatu vo threaten.
The thing with me is because they don't get to me directly. Vasvikera angi kavala vazana.
Also.
Yeah.
Akotoda mshumo.
Don't worry up guy.
What you can't give her.
Don't worry up guy.
I'll give you what you can't give her.
How much is it?
Who's talking about money?
I don't know.
Don't pattern on duty. It's fine. Yeah,
so the same space. I'm a very not religious. I'm very spiritual, but I don't.
What's the difference?
I don't shove my spirituality down people's throats. Religious in the uri every day. Every Sunday it's a religion, you know. That's religion. You are religious. That's why when they say you are religiously doing something,
sort of like a norm.
Yes, that's a religion. Spirituality, you believe that there's a higher power that guides you, that is overlooking you, or that shows you the way. You know, you don't believe that the ideas that you have, the thoughts that you have, is because you are smart. You believe in a supernatural power. So that's me. You know, that's like I'm saying, in as much as I don't shove it down people's throats, in the name of Jesus, but I do believe that things get revealed to me and they guide me to do certain things. Because before the Safe Space Chats podcast was born, and then the Women's Conference, where people would share and would have a setting, a podcast, where people would share their stories, but it won't be enough. So I needed to extend that to a certain degree. And I remember the vision was born when I was in Kenya and I graduated for YouTube Black, the same YouTube Black. On the last day, the day of the graduation, I was even telling the Sen twins, Uri, when I go back home, I'm going to start a podcast.
Are they religious, those ones, or they are spiritual?
I have no idea. When you go back, that's why.
That's why what? Ofinisongo daka nikani.
Ngabo.
Andikorambo but kanobori nisongo yangu.
Ndandisakopfesa sort of how do you instigate these things zvine abani kopesera niko itisa vangu vana zvimwevo. Muratu wanga. Ndiye unositoma zvapeswa nga mumwe. So I have no idea. Yeah, so that's where it was born. I needed an extension of the work that I'm already doing. The platforms the creator. It still felt like it was not enough. The more you give people a platform to speak, the more new people come in also needing help. So I needed to pray about it. So the answer to that prayer was a podcast. And during that time, mind you, because YouTube had funded me to do something, I could have had my own studio, you know, the equipment and the data. But for me, I like I said, I don't have time for that. And I feel like if I do that, it's going to take time away from other things that I have to do. So I know I will find people that I will work with. And because I'm such a hoarder of people, not you, I'm just giving an example.
No, you can. I don't mind, man. I love them old also. Adi type yangu?
Type yanga. No type yanga di 40. Yes.
How old am I? I'm 37. What was that 3 years in that type piano?
Even though you like them old, you are even older than me.
How old are you?
I'm 36.
Really?
Yeah.
Mara ndomfara ndarova timingwa ichapetu.
Imagine an old crock for my younger sister.
No, it's not like, look at my body, man.
Ah,
Do I look like I'm 37?
Ariko vyaramba zvabodi ni mutu mudu anola mwana una 22. Mukala sisi. Gala.
Akwatira zvezo. You don't be angry, man.
30 unondova na mabudzi machena everywhere. And mabudzi machena ava everywhere.
I love the everywhere party.
The trauma. Imagine.
Nah, man, I'm young. I think the age young. Because I'm 24.
Ah, ndi mwana.
For real?
Oh, ena 24. Mara still as type.
I just love them all.
Mara type yawo.
Okay, that's what you say. You don't know my DMs. Ti mtu ayamba na nacho okwata. Then ndamupodisa muya zvavudhi ngandira ichitukana.
Anambe asala nepa studio nendichitu.
No, aridzuri pano.
Ndotuwa naye ngapolo.
Ndinamudhi ndidotuwa naye mudhini.
Ngapolo.
Yeah, it's fine, man.
Yeah, so I've been on Caribbean. Yes, that's how the podcast was born. And then when I came back, you would see with the response, or really this is a thing that people have been hungry and thirsty for, because on my podcast, episode 1, episode 2, then I had to do it every week because people now started flooding in numbers wanting to share. And I also have a community WhatsApp group where women just join in and they share their problems. So if they feel like, you know what, sharing with these women it's not enough, I need to get help from people outside, that's when they now do what? Bambo did the podcast in Bashara story, and then Rabono Rabawanera to Swan.
No, because I was about to ask, how do you select to Rononi, Anga, Daononi, Zogazgumina WhatsApp?
Yeah, Zianga or Enemunemutui. Ukonyaga too. So because remember my capacity just yesterday we had a request from someone who was saying, you know, I'm a mother of 2 kids and I've been going through a lot. I've been indoors. Photo shoot so obviously we're not going to be able to sponsor such things.
Why? It's just like 500.
Oh, then all I'm doing and she was so happy. And I don't think she even cared with what I said. She was just happy that I sent a voice note na forwarded PR forwarded. It's like, what? You responded to me. So I said to her, my sister, you know, the way life is so tough, even myself, I don't remember the last time I went for a photo shoot.
Yeah, ne?
So for now, let's focus on people whenever we're in this GBV victims, they're crying, somebody's being raped, we need to rescue someone, we need to buy food for someone.
Yeah, and then with all these stories that you are listening to also, I give up on life, but not even myself.
Recently, and it's reactionist because nicha Venda chila story.
Oh, ngaringambi madzina.
Ngambi madzina. Chashonisa chila story.
What happened?
For ina ba Venda ngore yafuna bado ditaba queenity.
Okay.
Hey, iko do kropo ya biwe rari yaka from. Hey. I'm not going to be ashamed.
No, not at all, man. I'm a good guy.
Let me tell you, I already know the face when you found the parts because I also do the same.
That's how I found Luffy. I was like, this is going to Facebook.
Yeah, so now so I already know this part I'm going to use for a promo. So now because when I do so
I have no problem doing this is not that I said la parts.
Oh, I'm saying
like the other JFU, did it JFU? But because people still have to go to YouTube.
Yes.
But then it's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. So
story.
the lady story chawani chori baba baby bawe this is a sibling. So her mom
okay, why did I laugh? I don't know.
Okay, maybe
no,
because
don't say as siblings.
Or baby bawe
let it be known, yeah.
Okay. So ola ngwana ti Mia when ndidzinga ndebe ndichimuma ti and bana autism. So because I mean, yes, I can never ask you to replace me for like one day when I'm not available.
No, because I'm not the sibling.
Wait, I'm still gonna get to that part. You can't even stand in for me on my podcast when I'm not available.
Please let me.
You will be laughing with
people
at people's stories.
No, I'm not gonna laugh. No.
There's a guy I interviewed before who said he was raped by a woman from a young age, from an age of 16. And guys on the comments like, oh, Slim, why are you laughing? That woman should have come to me. You are crying. They gave you free for free.
You get why I'm laughing.
Because you're not serious.
Nah, I'm busy daughter. I will replace them. I'll be professional night short.
To practice up.
Okay, let me be serious.
Do the intro.
Yeah.
Practice our intro.
Hi. Intro ya bangwe.
Ndikombore at least in the other intro yanga ka podcast younger, then you qualify. Because the rest you just listen. You don't engage like this one.
Really?
Yeah.
No, Mari, one can engage. Or
Not
Mari,
too much.
you do a lot of. You know.
And then it's for zono zono to be up kumana re ato rabela. Very podcasting.
Ndo mwana no gwada mani korabela. Ndo randi vafunzi.
Ari mdzimuye. Yesu azange zvinhu zvapo. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
The
mom.
Yeah, I say panda songo tomo.
atikotoma matombo ndikuisa
Yeah,
panda.
'cause-
Rusaranga how many minutes ka?
No, I don't know, we have minutes though.
Oh, okay. So the mom matina avala makuru aula mwana bana vatukana vararu na miyawe na vamwe volo vavo. So the mom hava vachimuma vakuripa ngedzikhaladzi dzavo tharu from a young age. So vambodi conceive. And the mom has been shielding the 3 boys who were songo. They didn't want to involve the community. They didn't have a relationship with anyone.
Yeah.
Habibi waerula mwana we at the podcasting. Habibi wana mratu wao. So after all of that, the grandmother passed away. So she needs help. She doesn't even have family members vane close over Venda and all that stuff. So she was trying to reach out. She needs help because one. So like when I was looking at that child, ndodzura naye. Unoizwa zvori ngachivenda fikhaladzi ya beds ngazibebe mwana wakuma akomfesa. And umuntu ndi mutu ma. Ndi mwana wakuma operera ndi mutu. Ndi mwana wadzikhaladzi.
Hey.
Yeah, so things like this, they really
How do you handle such things, Mara?
I think I always remind myself I didn't call myself to do this. You know, this is not for fun, for entertainment, for boreya.
Unlike ours.
Okay, so boreya mara ndi entertainment.
Yeah, this is
I've been ndiko unwind and stressity. Ndibanda ko sedza ena ko sena na guest hapa.
Amuntu wapengo sokose.
Yeah. No, but on a serious note, because my content is too serious, I need to release the stress. So ndibanda ko sedza zvithu zva so.
Yeah.
So it's very important.
Yeah.
You see.
Yeah, guys, vas stress ni share nabo. Unati wanga dipisha
vachipedza ubona izvi lava deva bone vakunotsitsa mapapu
ngasitul edera nguvone zila zvithu.
ukomfesa.
Yeah.
And it's a good strategy. Vachipedza ubona ilai but yoona nango dzakale dzimwe ndoita ndichiripita nadzakale vadhiva.
Really? Zvambori unantu. Ufe vatu vanaitaidzo vatu vaso. Ndala tonoona movie mtirunji.
No. Tiri zvinonyeta ndichipererwa vona viwe. Niyavhara novhara ngadzidecember.
Azvipfa.
Mara tiara norekoda dzinji ndiyambodzinamba nadziita upfimini.
I think it's only possible with guests. Because with guests, ukodamba story chautua damu. With us, ningasiyambe it's current matters on the diaries. Because what are you going to talk about? Oh, okay.
Mara special editions.
Yeah, we'll try that. This year we're going to do that. Tiwe
Yeah.
sponsor now. Wakonyaga mshuma wala watu. Shava sponsor man. Hauna wawera.
Last I told the time in which interview but it was the fun one because I also have another segment, the opinionated gospel edition, where that is fun, you know. So
Chede zenzi vadzonaka. You can't lie, yeah.
so one record a video. I remember ndoita campaign ngai Vodacom. No record ndiphuluni sama whatever. Afi ndonobva pala petu ndavandione ndandimwe petu ndowangu unembeza somewhere in wood spray tangi ndidziphuluni. If no submit a content for approval for client. You are not excited enough.
So now you need to book again.
Book futhi ndotori namba ndawana chimwe sport ndadova futhi na afford.
At least they don't force you to go back to the same place.
Yeah, but ujava ushumanga mutu ngori chete ono uila uipfa.
Amachede ndichede man. That's what we're living for. Yeah, then also how you deal with these things na mean. But then also there's this case Emia Fiona that you did it. I also did her also. And then like what's your take on that whole thing, man? Then because I'm at least unamtane oyatanga nelazo too. And then funny enough newe wambuza after the shoot uraonana case nanti your vlog ever since.
I think na hila episode yashu. Obana expert where other ashera ori.
Oh, I heard on the background.
Yes, ori kidnapping in the syndicate kurana it's bigger than all of us. You know. So you are endangering your life just by associating. After me, if you want to ya Amahle naye, she's been lost for a long time. It's one of those cases that they've been trending. People have lost their lives because they were trying to help. So situation ya kidnapping is complicated because it's a big syndicate. You cannot even crack it even within the government because everyone is involved. I don't know if you watched the Netflix series Unseen. you will see how rotten everyone is in the system, that there's always someone who is involved. That's why a person can just disappear into thin air like that.
Yeah.
There are many people who are involved, and these people are bigger than us.
Yeah.
Right now, we just got a thingy already, Uzofa,
Yeah.
a call. We got a PI to track the number. The number could not be traced. You know, because all the other cases in the Godzibon, Zabatu fraud, about the fraud, Rubio, scammer.
Yeah.
Yeah, kidnapping is a big syndicate, and it's got a member everywhere. In a member police station, in a member Kerekeni, in a member everywhere. Yes.
Yeah, ne.
Yeah, tati sile.
Hey, I'm been to eat and for so rapaz tongue as Dovian. And reach why.
I go to Chisaya. Canova serious.
Funny enough, I'm gonna say this to you, just that for those you want. Now go and she's saying like you see from the inside. Mar not to reach never come back because like I
because
just
you are
like,
nonchalant. That's the problem.
that's actually a lot of people were congratulating me. Oh, at least you did this thing, you're so serious, you're professional. Which is what I'm gonna do also, and you don't
When you
replace.
come to
actually Vin. I'm gonna do that. Don't want to professional I mean.
Okay.
Just that when I lost you know what happened? Let me tell you the story I was There's that thing in Hambwa Ipfi. You can just recall something along those lines. You can even recall a song. Like I feel pain. And then I'm just, oh, not the pain. I mean, then rather Tony na Duri Makana say it. So also when that lady was speaking, when I was going to say Jamba, Dambros when I was going to Makui, I think, if not one of the things. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna laugh. Because the camera and the but if I could much when I just because story so then I kept quiet. Mara ni bandu for baba happen on top. Because now no kubai say. So like, nah man, it's okay. But then yeah, I did it and then it all went
that's
wrong.
just who you are.
Yeah, but then it depends also on the situation. Because people are actually saying, oh, it's just story and I mean, you should actually consider doing such a segment.
Were you not feeling heavy afterwards?
That was for I don't know. Not in another feeling, man.
Feeling.
No, Tina.
Yo.
The pain, Tina.
The pain as na dojo mboro namse is no night ko baisa mngwana eno dosa ko pachitu uko deep power uko remini of the wood o deep peace and mono to gemechis at the light
Geli, I'm in lava. Pen your hands head.
ore ana the feeling
just so she knows I'm in lava. Yeah, but then enough about all that. Now YouTube, I mean, and then now, okay, back to YouTube also. So we get to know about you and the ex-husband and everything. Like I always ask myself, were you talking about him more frequently on social media to tarnish his name, kind of just to clear your mind?
You know, I think because me and my ex now we are in a very good space. You know, we are
Oh, really? You do that?
We're sharp.
You talk. It's like
Yeah, we talk. You know, we talk. It's just that now he's going through his own stuff because he discovered or find out or no move on. He loves us. He loves me. So us are cool.
no mariwa.
And I'm not on the one to do the mariwa.
No, man, I thought you were gonna not do anything
For
after
why?
that. I don't know, man. Give up on love.
Why?
Hey, love is brutal, man.
Fun.
Unless you're with me.
Unless
Unless you're with me.
She. I'll give you an A for the confidence.
Yeah, at least I have that now. Yeah, so you're
No.
still saying-
So the guy, my thing is, remember Musini Chisana Kisuka Kabuma 200,000 followers ka TikTok. I was still married. Then I did as a transaction video because I was growing very fast. I was doing transaction and I was doing motivational.
Yeah.
So what actually made me blow up on social media and is motivational because nothing I'm Zalwan bad.
Yeah.
No, that's why my tongue is used to saying Yebazalwan because when I'm Yebazalwan.
Mamfundis.
Yeah, so because of that, I used to do a lot of. I remember this one video that blew up like the whole the algorithm. It was everywhere. Then Isaiah 60:22. When the time is right, the Lord will make it happen and all that stuff. You know. So I used to do a lot of those. It's just that obviously when people only found you, whatever content that you're doing, they won't go back. They won't see the stuff that you did. And then day one.
That's what they left.
Then I started binge watching. So meaning the first impression that I have of you, the video ya when I So there are people who never
About
called divorce. So their impression of me is it's always
about
going to be
divorce.
about the divorce. But those who followed me before, I used to be in the worship team, so I have a lot of worship content on TikTok. It back dates to 2019, 2020. I have a lot of cooking, like I said. I have a lot of fashion design, right? And then now when we moved to his divorce, it was supposed to be a phase in my life that is supposed to pass. Because during that time, TikTok, I was selected, like I said, lucky enough the social media platforms, I'm part of their content creator programs. So I was part of the TikTok content creator program that time, Level Up South Africa. So it had deliverables where we were supposed to create content and deliver it on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
And at that time, because that's what was happening in my life, and I remember people know me for someone and the creator content, heart to heart. I motivate people besides the cooking and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I needed to be one with the people about what is happening in my life because I could not pretend. I could not talk about other stuff when this is what is happening in my life now. So I felt like it was too heavy for me that I can speak about it. I can go through it privately. So I decided, as I'm supposed to be delivering content and all that stuff, I'll speak openly about my divorce. Only to find out, I actually squashed an entire mentality and a stigma where it feels like people always wanted to get out, but it's like in the nemesis of their lifetime of killing the stigma of divorce.
Yeah.
Because after that, it's like, listen, if this person could do it and still stand and still love and still build, I can also do it, So, but the aim was never for me to remain there, which is why even now I'm past that. But I embrace it. That's why even if 10 years from now, even if you still bring me back to the divorce era, I will always embrace it. Yeah, but after all of that, we're in good terms with my ex. And I always say, one day I'm going to get that guy to come to a podcast. I'm going to make money with that guy. Right. The day he wants to talk, I would love to host him so that people can hear his side of the story. Or even maybe I hire you. Any other, I interview a man, podcast young.
Yeah, I think I'm saying, Mara.
Yeah, so but then now the thing with him is that even after all of that, he still wanted us to fix things, which then says, if there was any lies or anything like that,
definitely not.
You see? So
makes sense.
So that's probably why, because he knew that I was not lying. I was just sharing openly what I'm facing in my life during that time. Because even when he wanted the love back, he was like, let's forget about the past. I'm like, sorry, bruh, take it.
Yes. And then for those people that might not know, what actually led to the breakup?
Hey, it was a lot of things, but the biggest of them all, it was just the finances, the finances to say, and this is very important. We marry for love, but we don't divorce because of lack of love. We are not financially disciplined as people, So with him also, the yoke was not balanced because I've always been disciplined financially. I've always been one who ndiatata was stranded, ndiatata nitsabatu, ndiatata so so I wait.
Sort of like depend.
Yeah, like urindibe muhalo bathuni wompesa.
I get you.
So ndiyazama by all means urindikono udimela nganemune. So with him on the other hand, he's always been a person and about financially has to job serious. Now not just serious to the finance because one.
Yet he still wants to come back.
Yeah, it is not the boring than the builder. Meaning I can continue where I left off because where I left him is where he is even now. So after all of that, then he saw this girl is willing, because he's working, I'm working, he's making money, I'm making money, but I'm responsible, he's not. Meaning I can always pick up where he lives off, and if we agree to say, listen, we rekodo baderandu kana rekodo renga gurui whatever, that means if he drops those responsibilities, because in my nature I can't leave them like that, then I will pick it up, you see. So I picked up to a point where I got tired, I couldn't anymore, I didn't have the strength to do it anymore. And now the expectation, remember with people, I think this is the part where it's very important because in most cases, it kind of then links up with being accountable for your contribution towards a marriage failing. Because if you could see me and my ex-husband now, maybe let's say mwana kulwala sibadera because mutiwa bande fake. So I want
there's always that one in the family.
Ne.
How ending?
Ripangai. You don't know.
Do you? Oh, sorry, man.
Ripanga
Don't
your weather
comment.
change. Ripanga your runa new flu your jena.
There's that, yeah. Sorry, Masimba, amagula kubra.
Or
Ripanga
There's always-
wala.
yes, there's always
Funny
that
enough, I
one.
was that one.
You look the part. So even when we have that one kid, you know, so meaning it requires that we come together a lot. Let's say maybe badera for a week. Rachinchana as a shift. Night shift. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So we spend a lot of time together, and our kids see us happy. This all about and so on social media. But with social media was you understand?
Yeah.
So meaning that we work very well together, and when it comes to, as long as we are not close together, you know, because now when we come together, in a certain way, he wants things to be done a certain way, or he doesn't care. He's just nonchalant like that. Of which even now when he's living his life like that, you see. So to a point where now the debt we're accumulating on his side, I tried to cover on my side. I was not anymore. Then it goes back to what? When I now start, I don't know if you've ever seen a picture of my ex-husband trending or anything like that. That guy is very handsome. Nazvinochena taste nona kudomana nayo zvino hey wasedze nendina taste asongonyadza neasongonona
Ndiyangori hamu upi vatu vana taste. Nendichidange.
rina taste bad. That's why ndikombudzore na type ya muratu wanga.
Oh, God, chiko hanga.
Masita ndi type here. Omuvona mara ex husband yanga uri ndi type there. Omuvona papa P uri ndi type there.
Actually, speaking of that, zvitongela zvine ava kwamba fya vatu vaneraona kadzi social media, vatu vari clean. I mean, vona vatu vari zvikolodoni. Makes sense now. No,
how you look
I'll be
at
waiting. Don't worry. Don't rush yourself. Don't divorce him as fast as you
which
did.
one the new one? No, the new one. Yeah, we are rokotangana na zviswa zvine rakuzvibona zvirava risongo raberera, you know, because when you get divorced you think you know life, but now remember ndikodana 2 kids. He's coming with 3 boys also, you know. We're trying to formulate this thing. That's why I feel like it's important. Try to marry right so that you make it work, because the complications that come with us having to now formulate blended families, it requires more effort to make a family where, hey, the flight is on the return rotangana arkolingana go to the 20,000 years the flight. We are opting for a road trip. You get what I mean? Yeah. So marry right the first time, and then it works. So, but anyway, with this guy, like I was saying, the part in Kunyuguri, I the part here handsomeness. I resented that guy. Ndamunyaro la mutu. And o the nakera o like unamsachi vwa machiro uvwa handsome.
Azotamba.
Namsa tamba. Ndichi munyaro la munda ndichi bwana limu ditulo bifa unga mandanga ndera inei, because of the accumulation of the frustration and the anger and the disappointment and just the betrayal of what he did. So from that, I started not being a nice person, and I became so out of character. Like I'm a glue that brings the family together. Yeah. You know, people that's why so. But the character that I was now towards the end of my marriage with that guy, I didn't even know it in because I hated him. Yeah. Like literally that guy would have a pimple on his face. You know? So, and every little mistake, I snap. So I was literally, I changed. I became this person that even I didn't know who that person was. Yeah. And that then drifted us apart. And it was even so painful because now he's running 1 hour away from his previous relationship. She calls me mom even today. But having to break that family apart because of decisions that, and remember the frustrations, they're coming because of expectations that were not met. Mara una munna sign on a pasur and then the financially responsible. No. Una ya promise I honor and then the doctor over serious no. I had my own expectations. Then communicators. I just thought that as we are growing in this life, things will fall into place. And when they didn't, it caused a very, very big turmoil, you know. Then the marriage had to come to an end. And when the marriage comes to an end, everybody wants to look good, you know. Then he started saying, no, we want to change. So what you want to change? Yes, you know.
Oh, that's what we say, man.
No, that's what he said, you know. And then that actually contributed to me wanting to divorce publicly, because I was like, what the hell? Why must I protect this person? Ndisongo amba ngaha my own journey, because now he wants it to look like I'm the reason why this marriage fell apart, you know. Whereas, yes, I did contribute because I became a person that I'm not. I became so mean towards him only, you know.
Yeah.
I was aggressive, like I will never forget this day. Ndichikorunga ti usiku wote usikale chicha ula muna odera kamarani.
Really angry.
No, not because I was angry. Because when a municipal bill of 50,000 badeliwa, so I need to work. He doesn't have a plan B, but he like road draw a budget. His job is to pay the municipal bill. I go bad there.
Still.
Yes, and then musindichi find out bako do mdagasi. So that means that nana means na extra source of income. I must do the extra work to cover the gap. Ne?
Yeah.
Yezu edela. Ndichikopfuka ndichikoya bathroom in the main bedroom ti. Ndichikombona edela pala chikoona akopfa ekoni. Inokobadilwa nga ndisakuedela ndikorwasilala. Ndichitonganisa muhasha nanga madhubira. That's when you onobya nyara mutu oedela. Ene ndikomudzoro omutu onaka. Mara ndikomunyara ndikobona limwe diti ndikobona nga ndili dambira lo tandeka na ntambete.
Yeah,
you know, so after all of that, it took a long time and a lot of work for me, therapy and everything, and me actually stopping being a people pleaser, because now I would give more, even at home. You know, but at home, obviously, because in the family, they will love you enough to say, hey, you can stop now. You don't have to go. Oh, and
let's come back to black taxi.
Yeah, sorry. Confess and chimbuzore never be banga because my father don't have pension in February. So he's someone you could be provider. So the little that you do for him, he would always appreciate it. Yes. Yeah. So no dowero namse ndichineya ndiya yani. Bambo ro mwana kaim. So no ndimdini abatu. Ndikone abara ndistuku. Ndikutiwengedza.
Bafunga econ.
Hey, bafunga econ mdagasinga bako 50,000. So all of that was just a big hoo-ha, but yeah, unfortunately the marriage had to fall apart, and the person that I am now obviously is not the same person that I was when I got married to him, which then makes it the main reason why I can never and then I ran down, like I don't fight with him, but I teach him and husband material.
Yeah, and then also with all these things being said, I was already, there was a point where you saw it, okay, this is gonna come, and then now you went to a point where you lost everything. I think you also lost the house.
Yeah.
So why didn't you think of it? No, man, I should actually leave now. Did you have hope, or it comes to change? And then we live our life best after that.
Another thing that contributes to the decisions of Bubari, the uzalwan. Uzalwan mudo mudo mama ni. Uzalwani. Uzalwani mudo mudo. Udora berai. Udo fasta ya beto farona nga alsa.
No riches fast.
I go fast Bubari. Because who the person is who they are. So sometimes you become so in denial. I think it's a stage also of grief where you become so in denial of the reality which is in front of you, so much that you think that things will get better. Because in the problem, you need the finance. No di one from Atomo. But because I thought I need the prayer worry and Nangatabera Ngasivia, Nangatabero. I got to the chair day in any. You got to the Pezuri. Mutu Rubia Obushume refarsane when it comes to the finances, which never happened, you know. So unfortunately, hey, we had to learn the hard way. But yeah.
And then also, this other statement, the moment a guy decides to come to you, unyambisa, already it's a selfish move. What did you mean by that? Because you should have thought about that. I'm pretty sure you thought about it now also.
Yes. But also, here's the thing that I've learned now that I didn't know then. I also need to make a selfish decision when it comes to who I allow in my life. So what's in it for me? Back then, especially Musimuta discover self-love when somebody's picking you because of what they want or what they see in you, that's enough. Net what you check or any what can I get from you? The fact that you picked me is good enough. That's what I used to think. But having learned my lessons, I realized that there's nothing wrong with you being selfish enough to want to pick me. I must also be selfish enough to say, when you are picking me, what do I benefit? Yeah, so it's a give and take. Because I always give and it's just that as the years are going by, I'm also growing, you know. I try to break down some of the things that I said in the past now. For example, this thing yori mutu ari when somebody passes away, for example. Ezino rich komuliro la mutu. Ena ambina zuri yo botua uche eli ndaka dingo barengera iPhone ha. Botua uche eli nendosara nanyi. So it's selfish.
Oh, true.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's always about you and what you benefit from what you are losing. So even when you get something, it's always about what when you get this. When you get the iPad, you're not getting it. Okay. Not the DB la students of Angi Michin in the T tips. Then the college you made the net. Then the college. Really? No, I don't do this.
Oh.
But yeah, this is how professional people do.
Nah.
Yeah. So
this is how dumb people do.
Wait.
So they
no,
don't forget.
professional.
Dumb people.
Because negativity babo farala because of question number 1.
Then everyone is dumb in the country. That's what you should know.
Okay. All right. Sorry, country.
Yeah,
so,
you're still saying.
So when you buy this tea, you're not buying it because you love it and you want to show it love and compassion. You're buying it because you want to use it. It must be useful to you. The minute it stops working, you throw it away.
True.
That's how people are. They want you in their lives because they see the usefulness in their lives. So meaning the day you're no longer useful anymore, the day the tap you close it, the day you are no longer willing to give what you used to give, you're no longer useful anymore. So but the nice thing about it is if you are loving it, it is also loving you because it will get something from you.
Yeah, your data did.
Yeah, but the data did. Yeah, I could benefit. You see. So that's why I'm saying, Ori, yes, men are selfish. And we women also need to learn to be selfish. Not in a toxic way, it's kill everyone. No. I should be selfish enough to know that I want you in my life and I'm going to benefit from you being in my life. Be it benefiting stability, a home. When I look at my partner now, he's a guy.
The current one?
Yes.
Yes.
He's a guy and I want to know the property that way.
Single.
Hey.
No, all that was the property. We just
no.
Because I'm going to be
No, that's Venda. That's Venda. That's Venda.
I think it's the property.
Okay, so in the mutu anabore unastu zwawe. Was fesesa. So but then the common ground in Durimini, I'm building an empire and kuterengela stu zwanga and kurengela vananga. Na yekarenge zwawe arengele vana vawe. So then kunyaga mutu anabore hanga do ba inconvenience kanne.
Oh yeah.
If we are coming together and we're building, it's fine. Let us build. Mara natinga builder and odzula. So I had to make a selfish decision of looking at that guy and seeing what he qualifies to be in my life because I'm gonna benefit. Actually, sometimes sitting and having someone do stuff.
Just made me think a lot about marriage, man.
Marriage is overrated. It is beautiful, and I will do it again, and I would advise it, but it's overrated. Because we're doing it for the wrong reasons. And
then how was your esteem, like your stigma afterwards? All that thing happened. Like you lost your house, nko vandoni, so nko badela landlord. Ono ni wudori madimini to dandarugisa and dishifuna zezo. So how was it like, man? I feel like, and you're a bigger brand also.
Sure, bro. I don't think only now. When I was going through the process of buying a house now this year, I realized what I've been through. All along, I think it's only now that I've had an out-of-body experience and I realized it's a lot. Because during that time, I was too much in it that I was actually not seeing what it is, you know. When I look at my old videos and all that stuff, I just pity that girl and I say this girl has been through a lot, but I don't see myself being that girl, you know. And the one thing that I used to always wonder, God, why do I have so much courage to do this publicly? What is it that you want me to learn, or what is it that, where are you going with this? You know, the edge to want to share what is happening now. What is it about? Only now, when the podcast is born, when God has restored me in 7 folds, when literally I regret wasting my tears crying for the stuff that I cried for. Now, the stuff that I cried for then. because of how God has restored me. But that had to be done so that other people can actually learn. God wanted everything to be on full display for the sake of his people. Yeah.
Yeah, no? And then I think you had like a kid also, too, which you lost at like 8 months. Too. Was it a kid you know Lamutru where about on his finger?
Yeah. But it was a complicated story with that
As in
guy.
what? How long it was DNA?
No. No.
Like, what you mean?
Because of how the kid passed away, you know. Or lobola. You know, so that whole mess, we must now start accusing Baroi, you know, maybe Baroi. And also there was a lot of, I saw one mean comment, by the way, on what do you mean?
Facebook, TikTok.
On TikTok.
Yeah.
Yes, I saw one mean comment on TikTok. I think I had a fallout with Dr. Matthew, you know.
Oh, Chugana.
Yeah.
Chafiki.
Ndona fallout na Chugwena. So I saw a comment, somebody mentioned me under that comment for me to go and read it, you know, where somebody was saying, Uri, Madam Speaker, Asongo Biamba, she's a killer, you know. And when another person came in and they said, why is she a killer? And then that person said, she's a killer because she was the one who was driving in the accident that ended up taking a child's life, you know. So that also on its own, obviously for me, with where I am now, I think it, una the saying nenda dzondiko iwana mavenda vachikwambura upindwane auna budede kana. Meaning you can use anything as a weapon, you know. So meaning that
Ndiapone matamba jinon.
ndiapona matamba jenaon ti ane ambarere. Meaning that even with me, if somebody's fighting with me, it's just that obviously people on the internet, they have no business fighting me like that, you know, because it's not them that I'm fighting with if I have a fallout with someone. So meaning that I can't now cry foul and say, no, you shouldn't bring that up. You can bring up anything you want to bring up when we are fighting, you know. But that situation itself of my child being in ICU for like a week before she passed, it kind of affected the marriage itself. It could have easily made the marriage come to an end because it could have been a thing I know this is a sign it was not supposed to happen, number one. Then I could have saved myself all of this time. And also a lot of regret, you know, to say maybe if I didn't agree for this guy to marry me, maybe I wouldn't maybe the child would still be here. You get what I mean? And now having to now have other kids and now having to, you know, go through all these other things. Because you would think that life has tested you enough, then you're not gonna
feel any pain.
No, you're not gonna. I think you spoke about this in the beginning. Life in it. There's nothing that can surprise you. There's nothing that can hurt you anymore. You would think that because you've been through this, like this is maximum pain. Nothing else that comes after that is going to hurt you anymore. You know. Then you get this blow of having to lose everything. You have a landlord now, like you're saying, or the landlord can come kicking on your door or anything like that, and then you don't anticipate that. You feel like, okay, no, sharp. Because I pain in the last number, can I not go through anything in this life? 10 years later, you are going through something far worse. You know, but yeah, we keep dusting ourselves and we keep going.
Yeah, and then as a mother also, I always feel like there's that thing where I'm. Also, I do believe it. Or a mom would sacrifice anything for their kids. Do you ever wish at some point, or maybe if both one they want to?
Yes, I did a lot, and in the beginning, you know, because remember, there's like I'm saying, or with the people saying you're a killer. They don't realize that I actually had to do a lot of work to heal from the self-guilt that comes with the fact that I was the one who was driving.
Yeah.
In as much as the actual, you know, the way that thing was so complicated now, how the child passed, because during the accident, she really didn't have injuries on her body. But she just had a minor fracture, which is like this tiny, right here at the back of the skull, pushing inwards towards the skull. So that little push made the brain to swell, causing the brain to be brain dead, causing all the organs to fail. So you understand, Ori, something so small ended up costing a life, you know? Yeah. So with that, there's a lot of work that I had to do in terms of me healing myself from the guilt. But also at the same time, I was comforting myself and if it was somebody else who was driving, maybe I would not have forgiven that person until today.
Oh, yeah.
You get what I mean? But if it's me, then it's only myself that I can beat up about the whole thing. But also when it comes to what you are asking, Zauri,
Could have been me.
it could have been me. When I'm looking at my kids now, the ones that I have now, I don't see how they can make it without me. You know, I lost a mom at a young age. When my mom passed, she was 1 year, 6 months. You know, she doesn't know my mom. She only hears from us. That's why Naka is this video sorry, Nelly. Nelly is my mom's name. That's literally the only thing she has which connects her to my mom.
Oh.
Just giving herself that name. Yeah, my mom, you know. So seeing that means that that child of mine could have grown up without knowing me.
Yeah.
And maybe she was not going to have a father who is like my father. Because in as much as I speak a lot about my father and how much, like, bring all your fathers here. I double dare you, I do not know a man like that man. A man who would choose his kids over and over, all of us. Until her, the last born. He chooses his kids. He would choose his kids over a wife. He would literally say, my kids stay. My kids will go to school. My kids will be something.
Yeah.
And what makes him happy is not what his kids bring, but seeing his kids do well. I remember grade 12, he showed me a diary because I was very naughty when I was growing up. So he didn't think I would be, he knew I was smart. I've always been a smart kid, but he didn't think I would be successful because of how much I'm a naughty kid, you know? So he showed me a diary where he wrote on it the day my mother passed away in 2005. And he said, the day my wife died is the day the Lord took my happiness away from me. And the only thing that will ever make me happy again is to see my kids succeed. And he was telling me that because he was saying, you hold the key to my happiness. So that means that if you never succeed and amount to anything in life, I'll never be happy. So if you want to see me happy, succeed, because you are the key to that. So even with him shielding all of us and protecting all of us, it's so that we grow up and we become successful, so that he will feel like that which he wrote the day my mother died to say, the only key that will be brought back to me to my happiness is when my kids succeed. I will get that. So going back to Zori, I wish I had died instead of the kid, but the kid might have suffered, you know? And the
Also
kid,
given the dead.
you know, given the dead now, years later, now it makes sense why things are the way that they are.
True.
You know, but yeah, so I suppose that in this life, everything just happens the way it's supposed to happen.
Do you feel like you're on the list of God's strongest soldiers?
I suppose, and I didn't even, without my consent, I think I am.
Yeah, I think you put you on that list, eh?
Like I didn't even, like literally, you know, the way I've been going from a very young age. My grandmother is 102 now, years old. Yeah.
Is it real age? Can I say that's
So some of the things, like these things that I would face.
Oh, she's the one who cried when she divorced her, right?
Yes. You know, she would say, I don't even know how to advise you because I've never been through stuff that you've been through. You know? And for some reason you keep on bouncing. Like I don't even know where you get this thing. You know, I remember the weekend we put on the last before that when I went home. The minute she see me walking in, she's like, you know, when I think about you, because no more do remember chikubuti, onga go bola ngwana bilu yaga ya takala.
Dagala.
Ya takala. Yes. You know, so literally I feel like that without me being aware is what keeps me going. The fact that her thoughts about me are good thoughts and she wishes me well. I was even saying to her the last time that I ended every day wait, I need to get married and have the last born. But don't bless her one of his before. Eh? Ay, aso kumpengela. Yeah, you know, so at least so that I can have the last one and then you can go, you know. So yeah, but hey, I'm one of God's strongest soldiers. I used to hate it because then it requires that people walk all over you because you are strong and you can take it. Until I recollected my strength and I realized it can actually work for me. Yeah. And then I can always be there for those that I want to be there for. You know, be a pillar for those I want to be a pillar for.
And then also, to close up this whole thing, like, what do you have to say? Like, what are the red flags girls should be on the lookout for on these relationships?
I think before we can even get to the red flags, the green flag, be independent. Be independent. There's absolutely nothing you cannot bounce out of or back from if you're independent. You can be stupid times 1 million, but you can always bounce back from all of that if you are independent. Because the first tool to destroy you is to disarming you is taking away your independence. That's why red flag number 1, somebody who says, don't worry, my love, I'll provide for you.
Somebody name a red flag.
Yeah, you're a red flag. Because after you saying you will provide for her, all of a sudden you have a problem with her family and her friends. You're like, no, I actually don't like your sister. She's too loud. She's too this. She's jealous of you. She's a divorcee.
Too shiny.
Yeah.
All those things.
You see?
He got it late. He's very slow.
You know, so, and then from there, it's reproductive abuse.
Oh,
where a guy just wants to make you pregnant. Baby, produce. Then he will be telling you, I want a child, I want this, I want that. Because some people have got that mentality already. The more kids you have, you will forget your dreams and focus on being a mother. So they have literally crippled you for life.
That's where mother's love comes in.
Yes, that's where they will try to manipulate you and make you feel bad for choosing your dreams over a child, because then you are a bad mother, So the only way to conquer you is to conquer your womb. So safeguard that womb. It's a red flag.
What happens, if you get a guy that's like, he'll treat in his money, his finances, but then he's good in bed? I don't know where that came from, Mara. Please answer it. So you love both of them?
I think, Nettie, sex is not everything, and there are many ways to kill a cat. Which means that God is an artist. He has made so many people out there who know how to do sex in different ways. So just because you found that one, it doesn't mean that he's the only one that God created who can do the stuff that he did.
But they have to find. You're not going to go out
that's what everyone. They want you to think. They want you to think that they are premium quality and they are not.
You try everyone though, just to see which one.
You can't try everyone, but you can. Let me tell you what the problem is. The problem is with women. Women, we have been... I don't know what to call it. Rishonere the express about our sexualities,
which is wrong, eh?
Yes,
it's wrong.
But remember, once you express yourself how you want someone to do you, it's like you are niche baby.
Oh yeah, they use that word. Oh, when you said that also, what was the dildo? I mean.
No. I've never really been exposed to equipment, toys, and all that stuff.
I thought that's what you meant by clean a cat.
No. That's not what I mean.
I'm such a bad person, man. Sorry, guys.
No, what I mean is that this is my belief. I believe that you don't need to get a lot of different guys because this one is good compared to that one and this and this and that. If you communicate with the one that you have about what you want, if you don't know what you want and how you want it, you can explore as you go, know. Just because that guy, by coincidence, he just happened to know where to go, and then you it doesn't mean that he's the best guy in bed. Okay. It just means that he was lucky enough to know how.
So you feel like
so meaning that even with the new guy, you shouldn't be shy enough to say, listen, Mina, if you do this and that and you press here and here at the same time, I get there.
Okay, makes sense. Guys, in songo itantu songo dzirira so zvine mini na mina amba na vhathu vaviri
and songo nambe nimbuzora ara ni gonya gori atichifebi nditobori I have a preference arali hola wakale achifunesa baduri nemitisa so netifunesa zvona nendita so ndimtodzika songo njomba
uyifuna zvizazi sex ezonda mosoko which kwamba zvapfunzo
yako generate.
Yeah, and then also the highest tolerance level you've had. Yeah, right.
Yo,
I'll kill you, man. I'll kill you with
you
questions.
and you are taking these questions from my content. You've been binge watching my content.
Never know. Ndikotiwa ni interview anga yenye content.
No, I'm impressed.
Yeah.
I'm impressed. You did your homework.
And it's dangerous.
Dangerous times 1 million.
Yeah, so let's get the level.
I think that is coming from this one video that I once did that I said you will be picked to be married because of your high nonsense tolerance level. So because of the character that I am, I've always come across as someone who is wife material. You know, even now I think I am wife material.
You do look like one, man. I want to marry you.
I am man.
Oh, sorry, man. Anga kwata.
I pitch Venda.
If you get a Benton,
so much cool.
that's how you beat competition, though. The competition must see you. No, I'm not afraid of anything, man. I feel like I stand my ground. Yeah.
I stand my ground.
Yeah, you
There's one go is shunda pams.
Yeah, go that's about the only renga. You should go to
Okay, no, it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. So, better tolerance level,
yeah.
Yes. So, being picked as a wife material based on the things that the people see and they look at you and they feel like, okay, this one can tolerate my nonsense. You get what I mean? So I can't really say this is my high nonsense tolerance level. So this is how far I went. Because for me, I feel like the furthest I've gone was just to swim in debt, trying to get somebody out, and I ended up drowning with them, you know. So it depends from person to person, you know. So for me, that's it. I've never been in a physically abusive relationship, mentally abusive relationship. I've just been in a financially abusive relationship.
Which led to mental, probably, eh?
Yeah, it was stressing me out a lot.
Yeah, sure.
You know, it was stressing me out a lot. But I mean, when I say mentally abusive, I'm talking about things like your narcissist, where somebody will just crush your confidence. And no. I've never been in that type of a situation, but I've heard about other people. So my nonsense tolerance level really, it just says that I was willing to risk buying a house with a guy who's not there. Then I had to lose all of it.
Yeah, man, we learn in different ways. Man.
Yeah.
So that. So in closing, Women's Month, you started it this year. So what does Women's Month mean to you?
Sure.
No, there is just no serious, you know. What's up?
And the thing is, it's like the podcast is only starting now,
right?
Basically.
And we've been at it, eh?
No. What I mean is that because Rodela Zvezwi.
But then the whole thing, Jay. So now we can start another one.
Part 2.
Yeah.
Okay. So Women's Month for me,
yeah,
it goes back to the women of which year?
Hey, nini the was 76 fades.
Avala vamwe Lilian Goyi.
Tiko badi.
Bene balabe bayoto ya Union Building bachikonyo gore basadze babe na panelo.
Oh, it came from that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yando angwa mwa.
Yeah, we learn every day.
Yes,
Thanks.
that. I always tease my grandmother about this to say, where were you when your age mates were doing to the Union Building?
Hey,
sitting at home there, being a wife. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So, being a woman means that you should be able to challenge the status quo. Those women of 19...
Fact checker.
Fact checker.
Women's Month. Lilian Goy. You're married.
Yeah, you're married. Can't check it up.
I need to have a wife and who fast.
So then it says, Uri, those women during that time where women were quiet, women were not talking too much. For a woman to be desired or to be a wife material, a desired woman, you needed to be quiet, you needed to be reserved, you needed to behave yourself, meaning that you needed to be like, maybe for example, what my grandmother is.
Which is what you were speaking about the whole time. Remember all those things.
So what I'm saying now. Thank you, fact checker. You're fired.
No, it's fine. I'll tolerate you.
So meaning that, imagine in 1956, the times where women used to be shamed for a lot of things. Women who are loud like me, they're not desired women. Women who challenge the status quo. Women who say, this is what, I'm not ashamed of my situation. I'm not ashamed of what I'm going through. I'm going to speak loudly, boldly about the injustices in this country. Those are women that were not desired. because they're challenging the status quo. So being a woman for me means that quietness is not cute. It's only cute to the oppressor. Having no voice is not cute. No woman who is well behaved in the context of you not wanting to challenge the status quo has ever made it to the book of histories. Like, for example, my grandmother, she's a well-behaved woman. She's not in the book of history. She will only be in the books that I write. And I also had the platform to write books because of what? I'm not a well-behaved woman. No. Because divorce.
No, not the voice.
Oh, the voice.
Not trauma. I said the voice.
I think you said divorce.
No. Maybe it's because we spoke about it also.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So then it says, Uri, every woman who's associated with me will be chained to that, you know. But because of her being a well-behaved woman and doing things by the book and not wanting to be in trouble and not playing everything by the book,
she
didn't make history.
True.
So for me, it then says, as a woman, if you want to make history, not only to be known out there, but also to make history in your own life, in the lives of the people around you, you need to be bold enough to say, I will stand even if it means I'm standing alone. My voice will be heard even if it means Uri is going to be heard long after I'm gone. There is a song that I only love the part in here in Buanga Lil Wayne. This song called God Did. The only part that I like is where Lil Wayne comes in and he says, before they overrate you, they will underestimate you. So I believe that there are certain things that I do, certain things that I post that are not even worth being shared, that are not even worth people saying, wow. But because I've been underrated for too long and I didn't let that get to me, now that I have arrived where I am now, I am literally overrated.
Yeah, ne?
Are you inspired or motivated?
And those are from the get-go, man. I've been. Even now it's like worse. Yo, I feel like nabeba for magazine when nakobona. Ni share man nabeni motivate one of magazine achawe. This is not even for me, man. I think I do this for women. Hence it's for Women's Month. Seriously, okay.
You go pay on a chair there, do it.
You know, I don't even. I'm not monetized, eh?
Don't lie.
For real.
Don't lie.
Okay. Would you advise anyone to do YouTube because of the money? If they're up for the
Not
money.
because of the money.
Right. Because that's what people say. Or, hey,
No,
YouTube in a chede. Because a lot of people I'm phone and they're like, hey, man, YouTube in a chede. And when I say there's no money, people think I'm lying or lying. As if, yeah, I thought you're different amongst us. So people just don't get it, man.
No, it's not about the money. YouTube, I thought it's a passion.
Yeah.
Do whatever you love, whatever you enjoy. You know, the money will come.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, money will come. Money, you know that video. Money will come. But then, yeah, perseverance.
Yes,
thanks for coming.
Kingsley, open in a coke. Oh, you want a video?
I don't want on me. Mara, I don't solve very video. Retire to. Oh, then I beg. Retire to. Oh, don't any. You must send me a location though. Must come see the new house. I stay in the new house now.
Yeah.
Yeah, must come see it.
Tamanian.
Really?
Delivery guy and that's a cool. It's one cover like getting because and that's a condition.
Yeah, but then it happens. It's life, man. I'm not sure. But then, yeah, I'll come see you some other time. And I mean,
YouTube.
no, only goodies on YouTube. But
then goodies, I mean, already you've cracked it.
you come off, at it. I feel like you go off.
Right, bad.
But then, anyways, guys, thanks for coming also. And then to you guys, thanks a lot if not going to shika up. Like, I hope you had a good one. I did. I enjoyed. Sure, this is the first time you meet them and then you're just laughing and all that.
Comedian.
You think?
Yeah. You can do stand-up comedy.
I'll consider that. Hey.
Don't posanga makumba.
Oh,
my sister will be happy.
Yeah, she'll be my Kevin. What heart? You'll be Mrs. Heart. So yeah, thanks for coming. Coming at you live from Panda Studios. It's late. We've been at it. So if you wanna use any of these equipment, never buy higher risk also. besides just danare shoot. And I mean, if you wanna do your things elsewhere, just pay a fee, you hire things out, and then so to try to share the time in the dilana na and then into a podcast. It is Jane. So the fee So yeah, just talk to them. The number they and if 010-023-2939 or 848pandastudios.com. And then if ever you know, okay, funeral and I mean, this is life, guys. Always be prepared. You never know. At any age, you can just leave. So it turned into the one is MR21, and then there's different premiums, man. Choose which one suits you, and then I know the premium.
Yeah.
Do you have premiums?
Ka YouTube.
No.
Oh, the offer. It's another.
Really?
Yeah, the Namshimon was you could sign a contract in the
Are you still with
what?
Escom?
I never worked for Escom.
Alamovaro name.
Have you?
No one ever video about Movaro also.
The company and Escom.
I wanted to say it as Abe women are not allowed to do a lot of things. I was like, probably you wouldn't see a woman in an overall.
Yes.
So that's all. But then big ups you doing it.
Thank you.
No one on sizes, you know. Kada has na size. Now you're in Chiapa and NTK now on. So it was news so it feeds everyone.
So now we are.
But then guys, they got to Mambesa.
This guy who rap in the studio.
Ndiambe. Akesho.
Eh, yadura. Ina mato.
Riadura.
Yanga muri mutu ndinyi.
Ona red card. Riadura. Riko shuma.
Ne. Ndikoni wonder ni afford man.
Mara we can usine. Nendi tanga mahara. Yoso film ndi mahara kan.
Ndi mahara.
Kanne. Ndivula zeni akama.
Mara musi ndingamvisa na jana ndi mahara. Ndiko dana 159,000 subscribers.
Tazo ngofonga riko shima subscriber.
Ukoshima mina na views ndi nande blind.
Tabero. Ele nanukoshimisa ngiyori udoluga umtu. But then, you should come and rate it out, man.
Ne?
Just one.
No. I have a good relationship where I'm recording.
No, it's not like you betraying them. You just think, can I go do one elsewhere?
No.
Also, call me Nikweta Yang I said.
And then?
I'll pull through just to test myself if I'm ready to interview your people.
Oh.
Let me know.
At where you interview?
Now, though that is a Philippine, man. It won't do.
Ne?
She's falling for me. I don't want us to go there. Guys, I'll see you.
You're not the type.
Bye.
Bye.